It is a great day to be alive, and I am so thankful for God, Jesus Christ, who lives in us. In today's video, titled Philadelphia or the Philippines, is this dream depicting anything about China and Taiwan? I'm going to be sharing a dream that I had on January the 18th. Before I get started, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing that I'm sharing is financial advice. I'm simply sharing dreams, visions, and interpretations that I feel God has given me as it relates to crypto. Now, let's get into the video. So on January the 18th, I had a dream. And in this dream, I understood that my husband and I were getting ready to go somewhere. He was getting ready to be deployed, and I was going to be traveling with him to his destination. As we began walking down this sidewalk, my eye caught a magazine rack. And on this magazine rack, I saw one magazine in particular had a picture of Biden on it. There was some kind of reddish, pinkish looking area, and his picture, along with someone else, he was on the right and the other person was on the left. They were on the front of this magazine cover. So I picked it up, and as I picked it up, at the top of it, it either read Philadelphia or the Philippines. I don't know which one it was, but it was one of the two. So as I opened the magazine cover up, the magazine cover folded out, kind of like a book cover, a dust cover for a book. And so again, I saw this same picture that was on the front of the magazine. I now saw it within the folds of this title page or the cover page of the magazine. And for whatever reason, it seemed as if this magazine had some kind of connection to Biden, stating that he would be in, or something to do with Philadelphia or the Philippines. I wasn't sure. But at this point in the dream, I knew that our first stop would be wherever this location was on this magazine cover, Philadelphia or the Philippines. That would be our first stop. And then our final destination, our final stop would be in Japan. So he was being deployed to Japan. I woke up from this dream still not sure if I saw Philadelphia or the Philippines on the front of this magazine. And so I began to look for any connection that had to do with Biden and Philadelphia. I began to do geographical looks at the maps for Japan and the Philippines, because I am not one that you want to be giving you any kind of direction when it comes to geographical locations, because I would have you all over the place. And so here I am looking at Japan, and I see China, and then I find the Philippines. And what caught my eye was one word, and then it hit me. In between Japan and in between the Philippines, you see Taiwan. So I'm thinking to myself, wait, if my husband was deploying to Japan in this dream, it only makes sense that we were going to the Philippines. And if this dream has anything, or is depicting anything as it relates to China, Taiwan, and China's wanting to invade Taiwan, then yes, I can see a deployment of U.S. troops to Japan. But then my next question was, well, are there military bases, Air Force bases in Japan? And so as I finished doing a little more research, I found out that there are actually 3 U.S. Air Force bases in Japan. So again, for this reason, I have concluded that we were going to the Philippines first. That would have been our first stop. And then Japan would have been our last stop. He was deploying to Japan. So my questions are, is this dream depicting again something about what we are hearing in the news about China wanting to invade and take Taiwan? Is this an indication of how the U.S. would be physically involved in a war, which would send our U.S. troops to Japan? That is all that I have for this video. Until the next one, God bless.